Hey, storytelling Ron. This is going to be all over the place. I just feel like yapping. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to just go for it. All right. Pope Francis laments excessive faggotry in Catholic seminaries. This is definitely one that I've been talking about. I don't use that word. Faggot, never use faggotry. I don't use that to call someone homosexual or LGBT a slur like that. I don't generally, I'm a Christian. I just don't use those kind of blasphemy type words. Because one of the commandments to not blaspheme the Lord, take the name's Lord in vain, it sort of permeates a Christian in the sense that we don't want to do that to anybody. Anyway, but this is an issue though. This is a big issue that the seminaries are filled with gay men, and gay men generally join them because they think that they want to be Christian, they want to be Catholic, their sexual sin, whatever their sin. Every one of us has sins, and very strong sins, whatever they are. And so this one is where gay men go to seminaries because they think that will help them cure them of their sin. It won't. What cures them of their sin is their relationship with Jesus Christ, if they have one with Jesus Christ. But anyway, the point being, then they still become priests, and 10, 20 years later, they, and especially when they get older, they can't control themselves. They have not resolved that sin. And so they become predators in the Catholic faith. And that's the big problem. And of course, the solve the Catholic Church tried to do was what the secular world told them. Oh, they can be reformed or recovered, or I'm getting older. I can't remember the words. They can be, cured of it if you just give them therapy, or if you just send them to this and that. And so that's what the Catholic Church did. But then they continued to do their sin as they went around to different churches. And so then now the Catholic Church, of course, is being blamed for that. The Catholic Church is constantly being blamed for things where, and I do blame, it is a problem because they didn't attack the sin openly and directly as they should have. They tried to do what the left told them to. Protect them, we'll reform them, we'll get them therapy. No, and that's ridiculous. It should have been an immediate arrest. But anyway, that's one issue. Here's a very sad one here. I'm going through some news real quick, and then I'm going to do some For the Lord RPG. This guy is killed downtown. Kind of worries me because I'm downtown. I'm involved in downtown stuff. 3:30 in the morning though. Catalytic converters. In the front of my home here in Hollywood. My daughter used to have a Prius. Twice she got her catalytic converter stolen in front of our house, right here in Hollywood. They drive by all the time. So it could have been me. I'm very sorry. I mean, this is devastating to hear this. And this woman, a fiance, and I could just see like any one of us go, "Hey, what are you doing? What's going on?" Boom. Not even a chance in life. That's the kind of crime we have here in Hollywood and downtown LA. It is so random. You have no chance. The killers, illegals. We have tons of illegals. We have tons of everything going on. There's no law enforcement. The LA is disgusting. It is. I live in Hollywood. It is dirty. This is the utopia the left wants. The left has an iron fist. They rule Hollywood with an iron fist, and it is disgusting. And I'm a little disgusted though, actually, in the people, because the people are voting for this. They willingly, and this is biblical, Jeremiah, they willingly will not vote for Republicans because child sacrifice, women's health care. They would rather have this sort of crime and disgusting, dirty foulness that the left, that the green climate change utopia rules over, and this is the way they rule. I mean, it's dirty. There's so many camps everywhere, just everywhere, and then there's RVs, disgusting RVs parked everywhere, that with people living in them that I have no idea who the hell what's going on in these things, and it's just disgusting everywhere. It's just this is the left's utopia. It's just disgusting. Why am I not leaving? I don't know. Okay, that's another story. Anyway, it's just sad. I mean, both my daughters are starting their careers here, so my wife wants to stay. I mean, I can walk my dog around, but I certainly pick my spots, and I'm very concerned every day about the wife and the daughters and their lives. I'm definitely gonna, I got to talk to my daughter about this because she downtown is where a lot of restaurants and the culinary thing is. And she works late at night. So if someone's stealing your car, let them. What can we do? And, you know, every homeless person here in Hollywood is a ticking time bomb. And you cannot argue with them. If you argue with them, they have nothing else better to do than to become demonic, allow the demon in them to control them. They got nothing better to do. And attack you, follow you, spend the rest of their time torturing you, terrorizing you, following you home, seeing where you live. So I have no real rights because there's no one going to protect me. If I confront them, if I deal with them, the police are going to come say, we can't do anything. They didn't do anything to you. And, you know, then when they do something to me, how am I going to catch them? You know, they're going to wear masks. I'm going to have a camera up. Police are going to be like, yeah, report it. You know, nothing. I have no rights here in Hollywood. The only hope I have is that they just don't want to mess with me because I look like someone you don't want to mess with. I mean, which, you know, I don't have any power or anything. Anyway, that's the Democrat-run city, and the people want this. They actually want this. The churches around here are all corrupt. They're all LGBTQ. They all have rainbow stuff on them. They all have hate, don't hate, which is basically don't hate real Christians. I mean, they preach against, and they have signs up. They preach against actual Christians, and then they preach against Republicans. That's it. They don't preach against Islam, the terror of Islam. They don't preach against the horrors of atheism and paganism. They don't preach. There's no signs about that, but they will definitely preach against any sort of Christianity that's real. You know, real Christians, like with real following the actual tenets and beliefs of Christianity, and of course, definitely conservatives and Republicans who you know are 60% Christian or whatever. There's still plenty of non-Christians in the Republican Party, which is kind of whacked. But anyway. I'm going to go to, so look at, they have a manhunt on for anyone that did these wheelies on this pride thing, this pride, whatever, in Florida. Did his wheelies and burned out on the street. The one here in Hollywood, the pride thing in Hollywood is so dirty and disgusting on Hollywood Boulevard. I mean, like, it's driven over and everything. I mean, you know, I don't know. I wonder if they're going to repaint it for June. Anyway, it's just wow. This is great, man. Russell Brand's he did a little video here on his Christianity. It's really great. I think you should check it out. Follow him on X and then whatever else. I think his watching him. I remember he was such a left-wing, radical, angry British snob, elitist, sexualizer, womanizer, and look at him now. He's just like, he's a really peaceful guy, family. You know, coming to the faith. I remember too before that his spiritualism. He had spiritualism, so I was like, you know, whatever. But now he's really becoming a Christian. I mean, you know, hopefully, so far, looks good. Man, pretty amazing. Because I hated that guy. It's like I hate that guy. I hated his success, his articulation, you know, and everything. And now he's articulate success, but I don't hate him. You know, I just wow. He's like a brother to me now. I feel like he's a brother to me now in Christ, you know? Yeah. All right. So that's enough of this crap. I mean, that was not crap, but, I'm going to show you, how a GM preps, you know, a village, a town, how you should, create intrigue. So what do? You basically, like a sandbox, place your toys, right? You place your little toys wherever you want. And think about, like, as you're placing them, have fun in your mind. Like, well, what is this guy? Oh, maybe I'll make him a chicken farmer. Oh, look here, let's just do a pig farmer over here. This guy's a pig farmer. What do these people do? You know, oh, this guy collects water because the water is important. I don't know. Look, I got a barbarian way over here who's living a reclusive life out there. And obviously fishermen doing fishy stuff. Oh, they did a baptism here. I think the first ever baptism was done in this role-playing game on YouTube. First ever role-playing baptism, first ever conversion, and first ever real Christmas. Not a butcher Christmas or a butcher Christmas or what are those evil Santa Claus things, Christmas, but a real Christmas. Okay, and a witch who was converted. Okay, So I have a system where I have a 1 through 8. Let me open that up for you because I love doing this. 1 through 8 conversion, and this is really helps. It's really a simple way. In my game, by the way, I have lists for you to create your pagan activities, like what they're doing, what they're vaguely worshiping, and I don't design all of the different gods and spirits and stuff that they worship. I don't like put a list. I mean, I could, and I should, and I probably will at some point, but it's unnecessary because you can make up whatever you want, and that is the official pagan mantra. Okay, you can make it whatever you want. That's why all these D&D and RPGs making up all these gods, that's paganism. You know, they say don't bring in religion into your game, but they bring in paganism, and they teach you how to be a pagan. By the way, that's a historian has said that. I've read a French dude on paganism, and that was it, his thing. And they all had different stuff in different areas, and they made up stuff. I mean, so there it is. So here's the list of conversion, of the way I do conversion, 1 through 8. And sometimes I will do a let me pull out some. I know I'm being silly, but that's the way I like to be. I'm going to pull out a D8, and guess what? I'm going to pull out another D8, because if there's cultists, actual cultists doing cultist activity like with a witch, I roll 2 D8s and pick the lower. Wow, I rolled an 8 and a 6. So a 6. Listeners, there. Okay, so I could literally make this group right here. This is a witch. She's got a little area here up in the hill where she does her practice. I could literally make her say, listeners, having heard the answers, knows there must be answers, seeks it, still defensive, still apprehensive, and fears evil all too well. A great preaching or selfless act may help. Okay, so they can literally go up there thinking they're going to fight her. Oh, I got to clear my... Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. They could go up there thinking they're going to fight her. And she has all this pagan witch little, like a worship thing here. Give her offerings. Shrine. And she could, if they just like, instead of attacking her, try to talk to her, did this a bit of evangelism. If they succeeded, she would like, she would be like, I want to know more about this. And perhaps your Lord can be part of my pantheon. And then they got to explain to her, no. So then they actually could not have a fight. But then I, as a GM, and you as a loving running to do a role-playing game, she can tell them, I really want to be, this is good. I want to know more, but I'm afraid because down below in the old crypts are many evil things. See? So then they give them an adventure. They go down. There's rats here. And then there's she desecrated a priest. Sorry, I just was so angry, and I really thought that your religion was about control, whatever. And then they could go clean that up, and there's a beast down there. They got to go fight. And then there's a tomb that goes even further to the crypt of the old crypt. Okay. But my point being, that's one aspect of the story that makes this intriguing. All right, let's go to the mayor here. Let's see what the mayor is like. Let's roll a D8. I'm just going to do 1 D8. Random. 3. Evil as chaff. So the mayor of your town, or the constable or whatever, tends towards selfish needs, can be manipulated, tends not to use violence like a greedy merchant, but will if they can get away with it. They surrender to save their own skin. They have feelings of worthlessness if affirmed, may lead them to conversion, but rare is the soul in this group that is chosen. So they get a plus 3DR resist. And for my game system, 3DR is a D, there's a D4, D6, D8. So I would add a D8 to their D20 and their spirit or whatever to resist. So this guy's very manipulative, very evil. You could play him that way, that he wants to get something out of this, whatever, if they come to talk to him, he'd be like, maybe you need to go to see the witch, but take her. And he could even say, she is evil. You must take her out, because he wants the property. See? So if he thinks the Christians are strong enough, so he can actually manipulate them, take them. That is an ancient area meant for the city, not for her. So you need to take her out. So he could be vicious like that. All right. There's a dude here who's an ex-gladiator. I'm going to roll for him. I'm just trying to give you like ideas, like you know, a 5 sinners having resorted to evil. Yeah, sounds like a gladiator. Do not like it. Open to an answer. They feel guilty. They will avoid helping anyone for fear of retribution. Their greatest fear and love needs to be revealed to them. So this guy will be reclusive. He'll stay in here. Go away. You know, do your own dealings. I don't care. Why would they even want to talk to him? They want to talk to the constable, the guards. Now he doesn't like to send the guards on people because he's just worried that they're gonna get hurt and weak. Why would anyone even want to talk to them? Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm kind of going brain dead right now. Let me try the mob. What kind of mob is this? So I do the whole mob as a group. 3, evil as chaff. So they're selfish. They'll probably want to serve the witch, or they'll serve the constable, or they're gonna definitely confront the people, right? Not this little lady. They're gonna confront them. He might come out and help. I don't know. I'm kind of getting brain dead with this, but I gotta But I know these are evil. These are evil. He's a sinner, feeling guilt. Let me try the people over here on this side, like the farmers, the actual farmers. Let me roll for them. 2. Yikes. Wow. Manipulative will use violence to enslave if at a great advantage, otherwise portrays themselves as victims. Beyond salvation, only something violent and extreme could get them to instead serve the church. Betrayal is never far away from these lost souls. A strong church can keep them in check. Plus 40 or resist. Okay. So what would I do there? I would make them so that they're actually in control of the village, not the constable. He's just trying to get what he can out of it. They're in control. I wonder if I make the barbarian in control of them. I'm trying to see who's the ringleader of the farmers. Well, I would just say him, and he uses these guys as his thugs. And they don't like Christians. They don't want a church. They want to be able to do whatever they want. God, what is their sin, though? Oh, I said God. What is their sin? They think the church is going to control everything. They're just really, they're evil. They do animal sacrifices, so I probably, they want to go up here and give her stuff. Now, if they convert her, she can control them, I think. Man, I mean, I'm not using this for my actual game. I'm just showing you like a randomness that you can kind of work with. They're violent, so they're going to definitely use these guys to attack them. Now, and your people have okay, so these are the fish. Let me do the fishermen. The fishermen versus the farmers. Let me see if the fishermen are in league with them or 6 listeners. So the fishermen are going to be on their side. The fishermen are over here, and the farmers are over there. Oops, I can't move things around because this is an actual game that I'm using. I can't do too much. But yeah, so you can do that. You can have the fishermen are want to be listeners, want to care, and they may even help. And this guy, I'm gonna have him he's gonna watch the Christians and see what they do, and if they become violent, he's gonna hate them. But if he sees that they actually are looking for peaceful things, he might actually come out and help them, or at least get involved somehow. So already there's a dichotomy there. The mayor constable wants to get rid of the witch. The witch is actually peaceful. These people worship. They're evil as chaff. They worship the rituals she does and the crypt and the ancestors of the Roman times. They miss the Roman times, the one's glory days. The fishermen are ready to change. They don't like this stuff. Pretty cool. And these are like landowners, and maybe they're sort of wealthier. And I'm just saying. So that's how you do that, basically. And in here, I have pagan activities, local pagan activity. So let's just say, what does the witch do? Pulling on some dice. I'm gonna use a D8 actually. Okay. It goes all the way up to D12, but I'm just, for this sort of, early thing, I'm going to use a D8. Because so if you roll a D12, basically what you're saying is they're really experienced players. You've been playing for a while. They've built up to that confrontation of going bigger and bigger potentially, so that it could potentially be a result of a 12, which is a demon or powerful beast is haunting. But I rolled a 4. Feared local beast or brute treated as idle, usually with local shamanic or druidic advisor. So feared local beast or brute. Okay, so, and just so you know, in this story, I did have a dragon that they worshipped, that they are defeated in this campaign. But there's a dragon living in the water. It's just an old dinosaur dragon that lived, Loch Ness monster type creature. And there's also a big feral beast down here. I can see them doing a ritual where they throw down food, and they hear their beast god feasting, and they know that they're being protected or whatever. It's a ritual, so that's what they do. And so the villagers are all totally worshiping it, and the witch performs the activity, and she knows it's just a big beast, but she feels like it's a big beast that's a god, but she, like, in her heart is like, this is a stupid dumb beast, but she still does the rituals to get the people in line, but she's obviously knows the truth and wants to change. But the only way she can really change is to get rid of the beast and the ghosts and tombs of the crypt, something like that. That's Christianity. Christianity is about going into a place, converting the people. And the people, here's the thing, in most RPGs, they make the people innocent, and they're not innocent. The people are manipulative, they're evil, they're selfish, they're greedy, they're part of the problem. They're Democrats, basically. They're part of the problem. And that's what this village is. A bunch of Democrats. Oh, and these are kind of like libertarian, maybe wanting to be MAGA. Yep, throwing my jabs in there because the left does it, so I might as well do it too. They do it all the freaking time, so that's what I'm doing all the time, just jabbing. And I have the truth behind me, so there. So the crypt that they go to, and I showed this on another video, I'm creating this out right now. Same thing you can do, and this is like the consummate dungeon delving thing called the story The Red Nails by Robert E. Howard under Conan, where you have different factions in it, and it becomes now this intriguing thing where if you create different factions who fight each other in the dungeon, that becomes this intriguing way of making the dungeon. So in this, and I haven't fully figured it out yet, but I'm placing my toys. I've got some giant crabs down here that are going to have one section. I've got a giant snake I'm thinking of using, although it could be kind of boring. I'm not sure yet. I have tomb guards who I think are going to be very sort of elitist or ritualistic type, controlling one little area in the dungeon. And then I have these sort of degenerate, wearing these degenerate, masks, and they're kind of like giant, degenerate humans, like malnourished, not, don't grow, horrible nutrition. They live in there. Oh, I kind of wonder if I should put this up at the top then, and then these guys down at the bottom like that. Because I feel like these guys do get the sun. They get out at night maybe, and they get resources from outsiders. Whereas these ones are degenerate enough that they live in the caves and are pretty failing in their quality of life. And these, maybe in the middle is this temple that they worship, and then they constantly fight over, kind of a thing. Then in the middle, there's a guy here who is like a troll, and he got a pet dragon or something, so I'll have him roam around, and he has some traps he's set up or whatever. I'm gonna roll their conversion potential, but all of them are gonna be double d8s negative. So let me just do that real quick. So let me do the troll in the middle. 8 and a 3. Okay. 3 is evil as chaff. Selfish needs, can be manipulated. Yep. Tends not to use violence. Yeah, so he's like hiding all the time and using traps. He has a plus D8 resist to any conversion. And he's got some traps set up. Let's see, the temple guys at the top. A 4. It's a 4. Neutral evil. Very suspicious, cautious, defensive, prone to outbursts of violence, then shame. Something calamitous or profitable could sway them to more evil. Their anger is destroying them. Will they be called to freedom? Okay. And then the creatures, the formative dudes. Oh my gosh. A 7 and an 8. They're going to be easily convertible. I want these guys to be violent. I'll probably make them violent. 7 and an 8. Oh boy. And I just wanted to make some scary monsters. I don't want to make them a 7 or 8. Darn it. You know, because they're supposed to be scary. Oh boy. What am I going to do? I know, it's like I like to follow the dice because I like to force myself to change based off of that. I'm going to make them, you know, they're going to be scary and fight, but then if somehow they can, fine. It's going to suck then. Because I want this literally to be just a fun dungeon delve. No, I guess there's going to be plenty of combat. So I have the crabs. Maybe I'll definitely have the snake be some sort of, you know, beast. I don't like this basic looking snake. I might want to do a new version. We'll see. I'm trying to use the original tokens because I just want to use them first. Use them up. You know, don't just make them and forget about them. I want to actually use them. I mean, I've used the snake before, but so yeah, that's kind of what you do. You've got a mischievous hiding troll. You've got these people up here who are wanting to keep their rituals and their sacredness of their temples. And then you got these people here that are just sick and tired and hate everything. And what else is there? They have no other, man, I can't, you know, I want to make them bad. So I might change my mind on that. I mean, I might actually make them just bad. We'll see. Okay, but that's how you do it. Oh, here I got some traps. I got, you know, and I start off with some basic traps, basic intro, a nice little basic dungeon thing here where they go in, fight some spiders, lizard. Could be a spider web trap. Here's a trap where they gotta heat up this cauldron and it'll tighten up the stones so they won't collapse. Here they gotta put an offering onto this god here. Give an offering to Zorga and whatever the name. And if they do, the hand will drop a little, and then they can it'll lock the step so the stone won't come out. And they can, if they roll some good awares, they can see the trap, kind of thing. Over here, if they can decipher this using social or intellects, they can get the clues on the obelisk. Then they'll get some information on the other areas just based on their roll. Here, if they go this way, there will be a pit trap, and if they find the secret door here, they will go the shortcut. And then there's an evil spirit in here. That's all I've done. I'd probably do a little more than that, but there's an evil spirit in here that will fight. And yes, in 4th Level RPG, we can have some evil spirits. It's a note in the hagiographies. Hagiographies are the accounts of the missionaries back in the day, and they've had dragons, evil spirits, possessions, even inanimate object possessions that go, and insects, and everything. They literally have everything you got in D&D except in a crazy sense. So I gotta push the envelope a little more in my Dark Ages setting. And give them a little more of that kind of oomph in the adventures, so that we, because I'm trying to tie everything to reality, but I think I need to be a little loosey-goosey on that because of the joy of role-playing and dungeon crawls and all that kind of stuff. But also, we've got plenty of evangelism and Christianity going on when you do the village thing here. So, best of both worlds. We got the best of both worlds in this game. All right, that's my little take this morning. As I continue to work on. Today is going to actually be a day of proofreading. I got to do some GM prep for the 2 sessions tomorrow, but also I've got to proofread my Christians in Space thing here. I got to finish it too. Shoot, I still got a few more pages to go. No, wait a minute. This is the wrong one. I finished this, actually. Where is it? There's a 3 here. Why did it do 3? Yeah. Whew. What is going on with that? Definition. Yep. So this is my finished up. Yeah. Christians in Space campaign book. 100 pages of materials for adventuring, and every one of them has like a battle map that's available as a digital thing, and the little, as you can see here on these these battle maps here, that's a space station, or a ship repair space stations hidden in the asteroid belt. And this is a fungal planet, although this one's pretty simple versus some of the other ones. And yeah, big crazy stuff. Okay, so a Christian RPG is being worked on heavily for the little RPG. 3 settings: Dark Ages, Apostles of the Epoch, post-apocalyptic one, and a sci-fi one. Because we need, as Christians, we need an RPG that is about evangelism and church planting. That's what we need. Why? Because we need to evangelize and plant churches in this culture. The culture the asylum is being taken over by the pagans, and we need to take it back and get some sanity back into the world. The sanity of husband and wife, father and mother, of thou shalt not bear false witness. That is a hardcore belief of us Christians. Thou shalt not bear false witness. So in other words, we shall not slander others. We shall not destroy other people's lives through cancel cultures or whatever. We shall not go after people and destroy their livelihoods, their families. We shall not dox people. That is slandering people. When you slander someone, you hope that others will kill them. When you bear false witness, you're hoping that others will hate that person and then go kill them. That's what that is. And God does not want you to do that. God does not want you to bear false witness. And he doesn't want you to covet. Coveting is Marxism, where you go and take stuff from other people. You take their wives. You take their children. The Democrats want to take the children. The Democrats want to take your property. They want to take your, they want to tax the rich, which guess who's the rich in America? All of us. So they're lying when they, look at the inflation today under the Obama administration. Yeah, it's not a Biden administration. It's Obama and his cronies. I mean, look at that. It's weird. Like, he had 8 years, and now he has another 4 years where he's running the country. This is my belief. And look at that. He's just ruining it. And yet, does he not see the lies of evil? Obviously, evil is going to always do evil. But just a lie, like, hey, the economy's horrible once again. We're under attack once again, just like in my 8 years now, in the 4 years. Do we suck or what? It's just like, wow, you guys suck. Anyway, don't get me started. All right. Still got Jesus. Russell Brand, man, that was awesome. Anyway, all right. So I'm having fun, and I hope you guys can jump on this stuff. It's all available on my website. I'm going to be putting this stuff up soon in the drive-through as print. You can print on demand. I just gotta proofread this and finish it up, and that's what I'll be doing this week. I was sick last week, so I had a little delay. Anyway, I'm telling you, great fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this as an RPG, and I get best of both worlds. I get the RPG world, and I get my faith and do this as a ministry. It's a ministry. I don't have to do any other ministries. Yay! I don't have to go volunteer at the church. I just do this because I'm ministering. I'm evangelizing. This is evangelism. You do a role-playing game, put it on YouTube, you're evangelizing for the Lord RPG. You're doing your ministry. I feel a little sneaky. Hope the Lord's okay with that. All right, the game of life, man. Let's roll. Holy dice.